Binoculars, check. Magnifying glass. Oh! Hello out there. Hi, my name's Maria Martin. You probably know me. I am the awesome, famous adventurer. Now, you may think I remind you of somebody named Moira Martin, a newscaster. Nothing to do with me, although I know we do have a striking resemblance. But you may know my auntie, Doc Martin, full of all those crazy ideas. Anyway, as I said, I'm a famous adventurer, and I'm about to go on a big Bible adventure. I'm so excited because I am going to be investigating how the Bible is one great big story and how the Bible all points us to Jesus. And I'm so excited about it. And I'm going to be going on this adventure, and I've got an assistant named Pete. But Pete's late, and I want to get going. Pete.
I'm so sorry, Maria. Oh.
Where have you been?
I just got a bit stuck, and I don't know.
Pete, do you know what we're doing today?
We're going on some kind of adventure, is that right?
Do you know what kind of adventure we're going on?
I've forgotten, I'm sorry.
Pete, we are going on the big Bible adventure.
That sounds amazing.
We are going to be seeing how the Bible is one great big story.
Yes, awesome.
And how it all points to Jesus.
Cannot wait.
But Pete has been busy because we have been busy making all of our things that we need for our trip. I mean, look at these clothes. And I don't really sew that well, but look!
They look fantastic.
Yeah, but what's that?
Oh, this, I think we might find out. I have no idea what it is.
Okay.
I made it anyway.
But look at all this other cool stuff we've got.
We've got our bags, first of all. Handmade these. They look amazing. And this light, very proud of this light. It shines in the dark, and yeah, it took a while to make, but it looks good.
Yep.
And, some binoculars. We made these as well, and you can look into the distance and... Ooh. Don't look over there.
Yeah.
Don't look there.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, we made all these things. We've got magnifying glass. We've got everything. It looks amazing.
And look at my bag. I mean, my bag I made years and years ago. It has been on so many awesome adventures. It has got all sorts of pockets. Pockets for my water bottle. Pockets for our maps. Oh, and then inside... Pete, why is the inside of my rucksack full of popcorn?
Yesterday I might have made too much popcorn, but it was just so good, so I kept making it, and I'm sorry, but you know, popcorn's going to be really good for our adventure.
But we need to carry the things that we're going to need for the journey, not just popcorn. I think we're going to need a little bit of time to sort this out before we start the adventure. So while we do that, why don't you sing this song that we put together for you?
Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Joshua, Judges, Ruth, 1st and 2nd Samuel, 1st and 2nd Kings, 1st and 2nd Chronicles, Ezra, Nehemiah, Esther, Job, Psalms, Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, Song of Solomon, Isaiah, Jeremiah, Lamentations, Ezekiel, Daniel, Hosea, Joel, Amos, Obadiah, Jonah, Micah, Nahum, Habakkuk, Zephaniah, Haggai, Zechariah, Malachi. That's the Old Testament. Sing it again. Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Joshua, Judges, Ruth, 1st and 2nd Samuel, 1st and 2nd Kings, 1st and 2nd Chronicles, Ezra, Nehemiah, Esther, Job, Psalms, Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, Song of Solomon. Micah, Nahum, Habakkuk, Zephaniah, Haggai, Zechariah, Malachi. That's the Old Testament.
Oh, Pete, you're gonna make yourself sick eating all that popcorn.
That's all right, Maria. I'm a popcorn expert. This is the best popcorn I've ever had. See, I made it just right. It's so good.
Hey, welcome back, boys and girls. Hope you really enjoyed that song. But now it's time for the first bit of our adventure.
Yes, let's start.
And look, on our map, it says that our first object is just over there. Go find it. Go find it. It's here. Look.
What is it? Ow! That's really sharp. What is this thing?
It looks like a crown.
A crown? What do you do with a crown?
Well, what would that have to do with the big Bible adventure? Hang on a second. Look.
There's a CD.
There's a CD. Oh, I am so glad we made room, got rid of some of the popcorn.
That was a good idea.
Oh, now if I could only get into the bag, because look, I've got my disc reader. Let's put it in.
Let's see what it says.
Here we go.
Genesis chapter 1, verses 1 to 5. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Now, the earth was formless and empty. Darkness was over the surface of the deep, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the waters. And God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. God saw that light was good, and he separated the light from the darkness. God called the light day, and darkness he called night. And there was evening, and there was morning, the first day.
John chapter 1 verses 1 to 5. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. He was with God in the beginning. Through him all things were made. Without him nothing was made that has been made. In him was life, and that life was the light of all mankind. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to a brand new series of Big Bible Adventure. I'm really excited because this term we're going to be thinking about the story of the whole Bible. But today we need to begin where all good stories begin and go back to the very start of the Bible story. And the big lesson that we learn at the start of the Bible story is this, and I'm going to put it up here. God is king because he made everything. Now we're going to put some actions to that this morning and try and remember that together. Will you help me do that? Good. Here's the actions. God is king because he made everything. Can you do that with me? God is king because he made everything. The very beginning of the Bible story, we discover that God made the world. Listen to the very first words in the Bible. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. The beginning of the Bible story tells us that God made this world in which we live. I've got a little picture of the world which I'm going to put up here. That means that God made the land and the sea. He made the sun and the moon and the stars. He made the trees and the plants. He made the fish and the animals and the birds that fly in the sky. God made, can you do it with me? God made everything. And he didn't just make the world that we live in, but he also made you and he made me. God made human beings. I've got a little picture here to go on top of our world. God made the very first human beings, Adam and Eve. Let me read you from Genesis what God said when he made the world. Then God said, "Let us make mankind in our image, in our likeness, that they may rule over the fish in the sea and the birds in the sky, over the livestock and all the animals, and over all the creatures that move along the ground." So God created mankind in his own image. In the image of God, he created them. Male and female, he created them. God made human beings. He made men and women. And he made them a very special place in which to live. He made them a garden, the Garden of Eden. And in this garden, God walked with them and God talked with them, and they loved being together. Genesis tells us that this world that God had made was good. In fact, it tells us it was very good. So can we say this together? God is king because he made everything. And because God made everything, that actually means that God is in charge. God is king of our world because he made it. God is the one who owns everything in this world. Let me read to you some words from the very middle of the Bible in Psalm 24. It says this: "The earth is the Lord's and everything in it, the world and all who live in it." Now, why does the world belong to God? Why do you and I belong to God? Well, he goes on to say in Psalm 24, "For God founded it upon the seas and established it on the waters." God is king of our world because God made our world. I don't know if you've ever made a really lovely picture at school, or you've made a very special model of something at school, and the teacher will always say to you, don't forget to put your name on it. Putting your name on it shows that it belongs to you. It shows that you made it. And the same is true for our world. Our world belongs to God because God made it. God is in charge of our world because God made it. So can you do this with me again? God is king because he made everything. And because God made everything, and because he's king, we should listen to him. Can we do this together? God is king because he made everything, so listen to him. In the garden, he gave Adam and Eve instructions on how to live in his world. He gave Adam and Eve instructions for how to live with God as king. And the same is true for us. We should listen to God because God is our king. God made us. And the exciting thing is that as we go through the Bible story, we discover that the king, that king, God, is Jesus. And Jesus is the king who made everything. And so we should listen to him. Let me read you some words from John's Gospel. Listen to what it says about Jesus. Through him, through Jesus, all things were made. Without him, nothing was made that has been made. Can I ask you a question this morning? Are you living with God as your king? Are you living with Jesus as your king? Are we listening to him? Do we live like we belong to God or like we belong to ourselves and we can do what we want? The sad thing in the Bible story, and we're going to think more about this next week, is that actually very often we don't live as if Jesus is king, do we? We don't live as if we belong to Jesus. But the great news of the Bible story, which we're going to see as we go through this term together, is that Jesus, the king who made everything, is the one who came into this world. He died on a cross for my sins. And he was raised to life so that I could be forgiven and that I could start living again with God, with Jesus in charge, with Jesus as my king. So can we do this together? God is king because he made everything. So listen to him. Or perhaps we could change this and say Jesus. Should we do that together? As we finish up this morning, here's the big lesson from the beginning. Let's say Jesus is King because he made everything. So listen to him.
Wow, wasn't that amazing? What a start to our adventure. We found out that someone made the world and that was God. He made the world and so he is king over the world.
Oh, yeah, that does make sense. It makes sense how that crown fits in, but if only there was a way we could remember that week on week as we go through our big Bible adventure.
Oh, what if we made something?
That is a fantastic... Oh, look! There's another CD! It says craft!
Let's see what it does. What's on it?
Let's put it in. Yeah, here goes.
Hello everyone, today we learned about God being king. So to help remind us of that, we're going to be making a crown cake. So let's begin. You're going to need 150 grams of sugar, 150 grams of self-raising flour, some icing sugar, 150 grams of butter, going to need 3 eggs. To decorate, you can use whatever you want, but I'm going to be using some silver balls, some jelly diamonds, some stars, some shimmer spray, anything like that really. I've got a lined tin, it could be square or rectangle. I've got a glass, a fork, 2 bowls, and you're also going to need a wooden spoon. You're now going to need to ask an adult to preheat your oven to 190 degrees or 170 degrees fan. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to pour your sugar and your butter into a bowl and mix that together. This is what a mixture should look like now it's all done. Next, you're going to need to crack all 3 eggs. You might need an adult to help with that. So I'm going to beat my eggs together. And we're going to pour that into our bowl, along with our flour. And then we're going to give that a good stir. So this is what your mixture should now look like. So this is ready to pour into the tin. You might need an adult to help with this. Now my mixture is in the tin, it's ready to go into the oven. So I'm going to put that in the oven, you might need an adult to help, for around 20 to 25 minutes or until it's golden brown. Now my cake is ready, so I'm going to get an adult to take it out of the oven. And I'm going to put this on a cooling rack and I'm going to let that cool for around an hour. Now that my cake has cooled, I've made a rough outline of a crown with a knife and I'm just going to cut this out. So you're probably going to need an adult to help. So I'm just going to cut that shape out. Now I've cut my cake into my crown shape, it should look something a bit like this. So now we're going to make our icing to go on top. So I'm going to pour quite a lot of icing sugar into a bowl. We want it to be quite thick. And then you're going to need some water, so mine's hot. And I'm just going to slowly add this in. So I'm going to start with quite a few spoonfuls and then add more if I need to. I kept on adding water until it reached this sort of consistency, and you can add food colouring into it if you want to make it a different colour. So now I'm going to put this onto my cake, might get a bit messy, and spread that out nicely. This is what my cake now looks like, now I've spread all the icing out. So now it's time to decorate. So I've got some jelly tots, some stars, some silver balls, and I'm just going to decorate them. This is my finished crown, but you can decorate yours however you want to. Now you're all done and you can just enjoy your cake.
That looked amazing. I cannot wait to make that.
Me too! Girls and boys, if you want to make it and take a picture of it, send us your pictures. Send them to Big Bible Adventure at EnfieldTown.church, and we can show your pictures on a future show.
Brilliant idea.
Pete, can I ask you a question?
You just did, but yes you can.
Pete, what did you find the most amazing thing that you just learned from hearing that talk?
You know what? I think it was the fact that Jesus is God. And so Jesus is the one who made everything. He was there at the beginning. And so all things were made through him. And he holds everything together right now. And so Jesus is the king over everything because Jesus made everything.
That makes me want to follow him as king. Makes me want him to be king of my life, even though I mess up so many times.
Yeah, we should really treat Jesus as king, shouldn't we?
We should. Boys and girls, if you have any questions that you want to ask Pete or me, send them in. Send them to Big Bible Adventure at EnfieldTown.church. We'd love to hear from you. We'd love to answer your questions. What do you think we should do now? I'm really excited. And I think I want to sing a song.
Yes, let's sing a song. Have you got one in mind?
Yeah, I do. Let's sing a song together.
Clap your hands, shout for joy. The Lord is good, the Lord is good. Praise his name, sing out loud. The Lord is good to me. Our God made heaven and earth. Our God made you and me. Our God loves and cares for you. You and me. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Clap your hands, shout for joy. The Lord is good, the Lord is good. Praise his name, sing out loud. The Lord is good to me. Jesus came and lived on earth. Jesus lived and died for me. Jesus takes away my sin and sets me free. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Clap your hands, shout for joy. The Lord is good, the Lord is good. Praise his name, sing out loud. The Lord is good to me. Clap your hands, shout for joy. The Lord is good, the Lord is good. Praise his name, sing out loud. The Lord is good to me.
Oh, that tired me out. I think I'm ready to go to bed because we've got to get up early tomorrow for the next bit of our adventure. And I'm sure we're going to learn something amazing then, but whew.
I mean, what we learned today was brilliant, wasn't it? That God made the world, he's king over the world, Jesus is king over the world, and we should live and treat Jesus as king. But having said that, as the person said on the CD, things aren't the way they were when God made the world, and that's because we haven't always treated him as king.
Yeah, I wonder if we'll learn something about that in the next episode of the Big Bible Adventure. So I hope you join us next time. But in the meantime, if you've got any craft pictures or if you've got any questions, send them to us at Big Bible Adventure at EnfieldTown.church. It's bye from us.
Goodbye.